Hi guys, I'm Yururi-kun, and this is a meme recap of the movie One Battle After Another.
Bitch, I felt like Tony Montana! Yeah! Fuck!
Okay, let's go.
The movie begins with a man named Bob going to a meeting of a radical group of revolutionaries. They're members of an organization calling themselves French 75. They're preparing an attack on a military camp where migrants are being held against their will. Bob is an explosives expert. The leader of French 75 is the opinionated and hot-tempered Perfidia. During the sabotage, the revolutionaries take soldiers hostage and free the people imprisoned in the camp. Meanwhile, Perfidia aims her gun at Captain Lockjaw.
Wake up, soldier boy. You died and went to pussy heaven, motherfucker. Put your arms to the side so I can see you.
And starts humiliating and threatening him while holding him at gunpoint. This leaves a strong impression on him. After the successful operation, the revolutionaries leave the soldiers tied up and escape in their cars. Bob and Perfidia are in a passionate romantic relationship. Next, we see the revolutionaries repeatedly setting off explosions in government buildings, banks, and at a power plant. During another attack, Captain Lockjaw watches everything from the sidelines. He feels interest and attraction toward Perfidia. When he notices Bob flirting with her, he gets jealous of the fiery revolutionary and decides to act. During a new operation, while Perfidia is planting a bomb in the courthouse bathroom, Captain Lockjaw sneaks up on her and catches her red-handed. He says he won't interfere with her revolutionary activities, but in return, he demands she spend the night with him. After telling her the time and address of a hotel, he lets her go. In secret from everyone, Perfidia spends a passionate night with the captain. Later, we see Perfidia already pregnant, having fun with her friends.
Hey! This pussy right here. That one? What's it for? War.
Bob doesn't like her behavior, especially the fact that she's drinking alcohol and not taking care of herself while pregnant. Perfidia's family are hereditary revolutionaries, and they tell Bob directly that he's not a match for her. Time passes, and a baby girl named Willa is born. Perfidia develops postpartum depression. At first, she gets jealous of Bob over the baby, claiming he no longer pays attention to her and spends all his time on the child. Then she decides to leave the family. Bob begs her to reconsider and stay because they now have a child, but Perfidia wants to return to the revolutionary life and abandons them.
You and your crumbling male ego will never do this revolution like me. Fuck out of here.
Time goes by. While Bob is buying baby supplies, Captain Lockjaw watches him. He starts a casual conversation, asks about the child, and then lets Bob go. Meanwhile, the French 75 organization is going on a new job. During a bank robbery, Perfidia kills a guard. Because of this, the members of the group panic and try to escape. Unfortunately, the robbers' driving skills fail them, and both cars get into an accident. Perfidia is caught by the police. She asks Captain Lockjaw to help her. He agrees, but in return, demands that she turn in the other members of the group, either cooperation or prison. Meanwhile, Bob's close friends from French 75, Gorvard and Deandra, help him and his daughter hide and start a new life. Perfidia, after giving up information on the members of French 75, is placed under government protection and lives under police supervision. Captain Lockjaw launches a large-scale hunt for the remaining members of French 75. He personally kills some of them. The revolutionaries are no more, and those who managed to escape are now in hiding. The captain is honored as a hero and promoted. He's now a colonel. After taking care of all this, he arrives at the house where Perfidia has been living, but finds only a note. It says, "This kitty won't be yours." No one knows where Perfidia is now. We're shown grown-up Willa. She practices karate and has become a confident, strong-willed girl. Because of his criminal past, Bob suffers from paranoia. He's developed bad habits. He drinks and smokes weed often. We also see the now older Colonel Lockjaw. He is summoned by the governor and other high-ranking officials. They ask him about racial purity and his racial views. Lockjaw claims that his past is clean and that he has had no associations with members of other races. He agrees to a full double background check. If he passes, they promise him membership in a secret neo-Nazi group called the Christmas Adventure Club. Afraid his past connection with Perfidia might surface, Lockjaw uses his authority to track down Bob and Willa. One of his men, a tracker named Avanti, finds former French 75 member Howard. All these years, he has been conducting underground radio broadcasts calling people to struggle and revolution. The military threatens him and his loved ones. In the end, Howard gives up Bob and Willa's location. With this information, Lockjaw assembles a squad and, under the pretext of a special operation against factories supposedly hiding cartel members, heads out to capture Bob and Willa. We see the house in the forest where Bob and his daughter live. Willa is unhappy with her father's lifestyle. He drinks and has grown paranoid. They argue a little, then make up, and she leaves for a school party. In the restroom, Deandra approaches her and warns that a hunt has begun for them. She convinces Willa to leave with her and go into hiding. Meanwhile, the military storms the school dance and interrogates the students, trying to find out where Willa is. At this moment, Bob, who decided to relax a bit, gets a phone call. A French 75 informant demands that he say the password, but Bob can only remember part of it.
Well, I don't remember the fucking greeting code because I got a little bit high.
The informant then tells him Howard has been captured and Bob must run because Lockjaw himself is hunting him and his daughter. The informant reassures him, saying that Willa is safe and that Bob can meet her at a special location meant for emergencies. But Bob can't remember the designated meeting spot. Lockjaw and his men break into Bob's house, but Bob manages to escape through an underground tunnel at the last moment. Fearing the tunnel might be rigged with explosives, the soldiers hesitate to follow him. Catching his breath and pulling himself together, Bob calls the French 75 contact to find out where Willa is. The contact insists on hearing the final part of the password. Bob can't remember the ending and gets angry at him for being so strict about the password. In the end, the contact hangs up on him. Meanwhile, the military conducts raids on factories and workshops in search of illegal migrants and possible links to drug cartels. Mass riots begin in the city. Bob goes to Sergio, Willa's karate teacher. Sergio promises to help find her, and they drive to his home.
Bob, we gotta go.
I need a weapon, man. All you got is goddamn nunchucks. You know where I can get a gun?
Sergio turns out to be a calm and confident man who secretly helps illegal migrants hide. At Sergio's house, Bob uses an old phone to reach the annoying French 75 contact and demands to be connected to the higher-ranking member. The contact complies, since that's required by protocol. Eventually, Bob is put through to an old friend of his named Talleyrand. He gives Bob the coordinates of the place he needs to go to in order to find Willa. Sergio leads the migrants through the underground tunnel and tells Bob that soldiers will be there soon, so he has to leave. He gives Bob his rifle, sends him with his people to escape across the rooftops, and runs away through the tunnel himself.
God damn it! Viva la revolution!
During an interrogation, one of Willa's friends gives up her phone number. The military uses the call to track the phone's location and reports the data to Lockjaw, who gathers his squad and heads for Willa. Meanwhile, Deandra and Willa are already far from the city. When Deandra sees Willa holding her phone, she scolds her and throws it out the window. Bob parkours across the rooftops with Sergio's people, but the years catch up with him, and he falls down. The police arrest him, mistaking him for a protester. Deandra takes Willa to a convent run by nuns, who are connected to the revolutionaries. Since childhood, Willa believed her mother was a heroine and died at the hands of Lockjaw, but the head nun hints to her that her mother was a snitch.
The daughter of a rat is a baby rat.
Next, a secret meeting of the Christmas Adventure Club members is shown. After a double background check, they find out that Colonel Lockjaw had an intimate connection with a dark-skinned radical revolutionary, Perfidia. For the club members, this is unacceptable. Furthermore, they suspect that Willa might be his daughter. The elders of the council send one of the club members, a former military man named Tim, to eliminate Lockjaw for his unauthorized actions and operations at a factory that belongs to one of the club members, and also for Lockjaw's attempt to hide his connections with another race. The oldest and most respected member of the club orders the others to be eliminated as well.
And may Saint Nick be with you.
All hail Saint Nick.
Willa slowly adjusts to life in the unusual convent. Meanwhile, Bob is being held at a police station. Thanks to Sergio's connections, Bob is allowed to escape. He heads to the convent with a karate master to get Willa. At the same time, Colonel Lockjaw learns from a shop clerk during an interrogation where Willa might be hiding. He heads to the convent with his men. All the nuns and Deandra are taken captive. Willa is brought before Lockjaw, who wants to confirm with a DNA test that she is his daughter. The test comes back positive. Willa cries and says that she already has a father. Lockjaw, not wanting to lose his chance to join the Christmas Adventures Club, decides to get rid of the girl. On the way, Bob and Sergio are having a heart-to-heart when suddenly the cops get on their tail. Following Sergio's plan, Bob quietly jumps off the vehicle while Sergio drives on, leading the cops away. Bob steals an old car and heads toward the convent. Realizing the convent has been taken over, he takes a sniper position and assesses the situation. Seeing Lockjaw put Willa in a car, he tries to shoot him but misses. Soldiers return fire. Bob barely escapes and he follows Lockjaw's car, but he can't catch up and loses sight of them. Lockjaw meets with bounty hunter Avanti and asks him to get rid of Willa, claiming she worked for a cartel and no one will look for her. Avanti refuses, saying he doesn't kill kids. So Lockjaw asks him to deliver her to people who handle such things. Avanti agrees. No matter how hard Willa struggles, she can't escape, and Avanti drives her away. Bob asks the local Mexicans for help, and they point him in the right direction. Meanwhile, Sergio is detained by the police for drunk driving. Deandra is taken away by the military to be imprisoned. Bob is driving down the road and crosses paths with Avanti's car coming toward him. Not knowing that Willa is inside, he drives past. A little later, he spots Lockjaw's car in the distance and gives chase in his old vehicle. Meanwhile, Tim, sent by the Nazis to kill Lockjaw, catches up and shoots him in the face. Then, he drives off to kill Willa and crosses paths with Bob's car, and they go their separate ways. At the same time, Avanti brings the girl to Lockjaw's men, who treat him disrespectfully because of his ethnicity.
Thanks, wagon burner.
At first, he gets back into his car to leave, but at the last moment, he changes his mind and decides to help the girl. He grabs his shotgun, frees Willa, and starts killing Lockjaw's men. Willa tries to drive away, but there are no keys in the car. Meanwhile, Bob finds the dead Lockjaw, not finding Willa there. He sets off in pursuit of Lockjaw's killer. The shootout in the house dies down. Willa, taking a gun from the car, goes into the house to get the keys. Inside, everyone is dead. She grabs the keys and quickly drives off. But Tim, sent by the club, is on her tail. The chase drags on. Bob catches up to them but can't close the distance. Knowing she can't lose the car chasing her, Willa comes up with a clever trick. She hides behind a rise on the highway, slams on the brakes, and takes cover behind a hill. The killer doesn't react in time, and a crash occurs. Coming to his senses, Tim climbs out of the car and hears Willa's voice. Holding him at gunpoint, she demands the password. Not hearing it, she fires a warning shot. When Tim tries to reach for his weapon, Willa kills him. Bob arrives on the scene and calls out to Willa. The girl demands the password. Due to the stress she has just been through, she doesn't immediately recognize Bob. In the end, they embrace tightly and drive off together. Unexpectedly, we see the severely wounded but still alive Colonel Lockjaw. The scene shifts, and we see the disfigured Lockjaw. Members of the Christmas Adventures Club directly question him about a sexual relationship with the black revolutionary Perfidia. Lockjaw lies, claiming that Perfidia drugged him and then took advantage of his helplessness to engage in intimacy with him, all for his flawless genes.
A semen demon. That's correct.
After hearing this shocking story, they accept him into their secret club. Lockjaw is happy. They show him the office where he will work. He sits down, puts his feet up on the desk, and enjoys the moment. Suddenly, gas starts filling the room. After that, Lockjaw's body is burned in an incinerator. Bob and Willa live peacefully in their old house. Bob gives Willa a letter from her mother. In it, she learns that her mother is alive and would be happy to see her someday. Perfidia asks her daughter to give her father a kiss for her. Willa hugs her father with love. In the final scene, Willa hears a call for help over the revolutionaries' radio frequency. Willa gets in the car and drives off, because now she's a revolutionary too. The movie ends here. If you enjoyed the video, hit like and subscribe. This was Ura Raccoon.